What's going on, ladies and gents? Happy BTL Wednesday, episode 407 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your two hosts, Krabs and Javon, presented by Pickett Sports. If you guys aren't tracking your bets on Pickett, what are you doing? Do you live under a rock? Do you hate making money? Do you hate being transparent? It sounds like it. Go download Pickett Sports, change the narrative. Go track your bets in the new year, okay? Javon, rocking a very fresh Hall of Fame baby blue jersey. Looking good.
Had to get it.
Fits like a glove. Any comments?
I'm glad I finally got it after sitting here for months or weeks trying to get it online. Had to get in Vegas while we were there since wasn't coming.
All I had to do was get the lady some lip, and she got that jersey done real quick. Chat W's for Javon's birthday yesterday. That's what I'm fucking talking about. I want to see 300 W's in chat for Javon, the milkman's birthday. 22 piece.
Yeah.
On the fry. Gosh, I remember when I was 22. Great time. Okay, enjoy it while you're young. Okay. I'm happy for you, and you got yourself a nice little birthday treat there with the Laporta jersey out there in Vegas, customized. Feeling good, feeling dangerous for the week. You got to be hitting your bets in that thing today.
Right? Always.
Got to be hitting your bets in that thing. Okay. Chat W's. We haven't been live for a while, but we're here. We're back. We'll be back for the rest of the week, I believe. Might have to dip on Friday for some PLL stuff. I got to see when those games are at. But yes, we are back today, chat, from Vegas. We're going to talk about Vegas here in a little bit. We will go over the Sharp Report. A lot of great college basketball games today. We will touch on the PLL Championship Series. If you guys don't know what the PLL Championship Series is, you're about to find out. Okay, and you're about to make some coins on it because I've been locked in and I got some winners for you guys. Okay. We might even get to craft a prize picks, little craft sesh towards the end, depending on how much time we have, Javon. But why don't we go ahead and start it off by talking about some Vegas, okay? Gosh, man, Dead Larry Bird saying I have socks Javon's age. Well, that's an issue, my man. Why don't you take some of that CBB money and get yourself some Bombas, okay? You're probably overdue for some new guys, okay? Javon, Vegas, we survived, okay? A long trip out there for about 5 days. Got it started off right. We're hitting bets, left and right, dominating the tables the first day or two. And then the cake started to flow in. Colorado. Right? Big piece of cake. That one came in. That one hit home. And then Sunday, obviously, we go to Circa, electric time. They hook us up. We've got a great viewing experience. And the 49ers lose. And yes, cannot skip over Liv. Liv was fun. It was definitely a little bit cold. But got to see my guy Phil Mickelson and, got to see a pretty competitive tournaments. I've been to some PGA stuff. I've been to an hour Liv tourney. Maybe that was just the one in Vegas they were going hard for, but I thought they set that thing up great, and it was definitely more stuff to do, more fun than a PGA tourney. I hate to say it, but it's true. Way more bars, way more music, good atmosphere, good vibes. Very, very, very low stress atmosphere there. So very cool to see my guy Phil and, watch a pretty damn good tournament there at the Las Vegas Country Club. And then Sunday, Circa, Super Bowl, Niners ML. I fucking bets, 10 units, that's cake. Still trying to figure out how the books afforded that one and paid that off. But I guess it was just giveaway day. Everyone take, the simple-minded play on the Chiefs ML, and you go about your day and you move. Luckily, a lot of the weird other plays hits, right? Heads hits, first halftime song hits. A lot of the cheeky props, to go along with that 10U whale did smack, which saved us some coins, and so did the tables. But, man, the 49ers stung, Javon. I still can't believe they lost.
You know what else saved the coin? Going into VGK and fading them with the Wild on the road last day of the trip. That. People do. Somebody said that was top 5 bets of all time in the chat. That was huge.
Go.
Yeah,
Trent final table.
I guess we haven't been on since that. Insane.
That feels like it was literally 10 years ago, but that was last week. People forget Trent was literally at the final table for a poker tournament the first time he's ever played. That's insane. That's insane, guys. And look, I know there's beginner's luck, but not really in poker too much. Like, you got to fucking know, what's going on and the rules and shit. It's very rare you get beginner's luck there. And Trent was at the final table. That was absolutely electric. And he was pretty much a card away from potentially winning. If that chick didn't pull out a fucking 10 on the river, which she did, of course. He was in really good shape to maybe win that puppy. So we'll take what we can get. That was such a W from Trent in his first game. Stayed up super late to watch that one. Yep, right before the Vegas trip. So we're back, chats. We got some winners for you today. Okay. The energy levels could be higher. People are saying they definitely could be higher, but we're giving it our all. Okay, we're giving you guys all we got, and we got some winners in CBB for today as well. All right. King of the board, squad ride, recaps from last week, dudes. You want to take us through these puppies? What do we got to recap from last week? A couple squad rides, 1 W, 1 L, Nevada. Man, Nevada really hurt us last night as well. Can't believe they lost that game. They came back for nothing, lost by 1. Typical. That team is just an absolute fucking joke. They're an actual joke. Javon, comments on Nevada? Or you call them 5.5?
Yeah, well, I didn't get involved with them yesterday, but I did for the squad ride, of course. We were sweating that while Trent had an SDSU nuke at the table, which was hilarious to sweat out with him there. So yeah, that was fire. But yeah, Utah in triple overtime. What was that, on Thursday or Friday? That was piss. I mean, that's just a tough beat there. You can't really say too much there. They held it with them the entire game, made that big comeback, and of course we got a triple overtime short. I bet.
Can't make it up. Alan, I appreciate where your heart's at, my man. You're probably right, but look, it was his first game ever. Can we give the guy a fucking break? Just be happy he made it to 5th overall. It's pretty impressive. Come on now. Hold down that YouTube, and let's just keep it realistic here. We can't expect him to turn into, a Rain Man out there in his first game. All right, let's take a breath. It's going to be okay, Alan. He played his fucking heart out. All right. GG's, Crabs, Milkman takes him, kicking the board hardware. Yes, of course, Utah Valley lost outright. Can't make it up on Friday. Sure, or Thursday, whenever. W's, Javon, you've won your back-to-back King of the Board crowns. People are saying,
yeah, they might be letting me get hot. They
Don't
might
let
have
Javon
messed
get
up.
hot. It might be too late. Okay. Let's do a little giveaway for the people. I think we owe the people a giveaway. Goots, get your ass up here. W's.
I'm here. What's up?
There he is. Goots, you have a good weekend?
Wonderful. I mean, I wish Super Bowl would have went the other direction, but, it is what it is. It's baseball season.
Baseball season now, my man. You excited to watch the best 2 pitchers in baseball, Corbin Burns and Bradish?
Very excited. Very excited. Pitchers and catchers reported today. It's amazing.
Ooh, sure. We'll have some baseball plays for you guys, and we'll definitely run a couple podcasts going over some MLB futures for you guys as well in the coming weeks. All right?
For sure. All right, ready.
Goots, let's see what we got here, brother. Let's give somebody who dropped a little Milkman some free Prize Picks promo. Why not us?
Let's find a milk emoji in here. Why not?
Why not us? I'm already in the lab for the season entry. Good, Wags. Somebody has to do it, brother. Somebody has to do it.
Bang.
Right. Who do we got?
Sonorian Sizzle.
Sure. Sonorian Sizzle. We will DM you off the Book It BTL account. Send us your email associated with your prize picks, and we'll get you some free promo in there for Trust and Javon getting a big time dub this week. All right. My man Sizzle into the goddamn cash counter with his promo. Sure. W's.
Here we go.
All right, chat. Is there a surge stream today? No surge stream today. No surge stream today. But we do have PLL games later today we can bet on. So that's a W. All right.
Here we go.
What else? We did the giveaway. We recapped King of the Board. Sure. We recapped the squad rides from last week. W's. You want to hop in and give the people some winners for today, Javon?
Let's do that.
Let's run it. All right. It's also lacrosse season. James knows. James being here all last year with lacrosse plays. Yes, James, get ready, brother. We're going to go over some plays for today. And then we're going to go over the PLL Champ Series. Let you guys know what's good with that. Okay. Javon, I guess I can get it kicked off here. Seton Hall on the ML. Look, man, Seton Hall, not a team that I absolutely love betting on. I'll be honest with you. But in this spot, don't really have a choice. When they're playing a Xavier team that's already beaten them, the spread's up from -1 to -3. In this spot, I'm going to back Holloway and Co. coming off of an embarrassing loss where they only put up 54 points. They have only covered 1 time in their last 5 games, and that was against DePaul. I mean, Joanne, you and me could go out there and probably cover against DePaul. The Seton Hall team has not been sharp, right? And then when they played the Xavier team at the end of last year, but still this season, just end of December, they lost by 20 in that spot. They got embarrassed. They only put up 54 points in that spot. With this line moving up towards Seton Hall, I'm willing to bet they get a big-time win at home, coming off another loss, one of their worst shooting performances of the season. I think Holloway is going to get his boys locked in and playing rights. Give me Seton Hall ML at home.
Sure, I'm in. I'll be right. Going back to goals and another wild game, but this time I'm taking the total just overall. I'm going another over 6 in that game against the Yotes, which it's really tough to play against the Yotes when you're on the road, but The one thing here, I know you watched with your own eyes how the Wild could not stay out of the penalty box against VGK, and that's the only game they didn't pull away for a majority of that game. So they take a lot. They're, I think, bottom 5 in penalties taken and PK in the league. So enter one of the most opportunistic teams in the league in the Coyotes, especially when they're at home. So I have a feeling that the Yotes are going to score on a couple power plays in this game, and the Wild on the other side, really good on the road. And there's a reason why they've been really good on the road lately. It's because they've been super attack based. So like when they're at home, they kind of sit back and they let their defense work. But when they're on the road, I don't know, they take solace in going out and being super, super aggressive. So I think it's going to work to both of these teams. And this is kind of a game that you would look at these teams and say it screams the under the way these two teams play. I don't think that's necessarily the case today, which is why the total did go up a little bit from 5.5 a lot of places to that 6, which could be end up being a key number, but I like goals.
2 words, goals. Lots of them. Okay, I'm in. Can I bring you back to CBB?
You can.
Real quick as we snake through this goddamn draft, okay?
Sure.
I'm going to take you to Clemson game really quick here. Look, for some reason, I haven't given up on this Clemson squad yet, Javon. I haven't heard no bell, but it's close, and I can see the bell. It's right out there in the distance. It's not far away, okay? They got to get a big-time win here against a Miami team who stinks. Miami's not good. Miami's overrated. Miami's sliding right now. Miami's hurt. Their best players are banged up. They're barely fucking stuck together. Just skating by right now, this Miami team is. Gosh, they're missing their 2 stud guards from last year who left. It is what it is. I mean, look, they have one of the richest locker rooms in college basketball, and they're not locked in right now, plain and simple. Clemson looks like maybe they have one more chance to turn their season around here, Javon. They have beaten UNC and Syracuse in their last 2 games. In between a bad loss to UVA by 1 in a game they probably should have won, that UVA hit a game winner buzzer beater on. So, overall, this Clemson team, their momentum is going up, right? They're starting to play better. They're looking better. We know they have the talents. We know it's PJ Hall's last chance. He's been there for 10 years. PJ Hall got to get this guy at least a fucking chance, get him into the tournaments. And for that case, you got to beat Miami in the spots. And Miami's beaten them the last 4 times. These 2 teams have synced up, Javon, including earlier in January when Miami put up a 95 bar against them. And now we're seeing Clemson, not only just a favorite in this game, Javon, but up to 7, 8. Depends on what book you're looking at. Are you kidding me? The disrespect for Miami is hilarious. It's crazy. So I'm going to pair Clemson with probably the most hilarious line I've seen of the day, guys. Detroit Mercy has not won a game all season. Okay. Detroit Mercy is a minus 5.5 point favorite at home against IUPUI. All right. Sound the fucking alarms. We've got an 0 for team. Not only just a -1 favorite, not a -2 favorite. Shit, not even -3 or 4. -5.5 point favorite. Detroit Mercy is today. Are you shitting me? I know IUPUI is not great, Javon, but they're better than fucking Detroit Mercy, who has 0 wins and gets blown out by 30 every single game. What is good with this? I don't know. I'm about to find out. Parlay with Clemson ML. I'll meet you guys at the cash counter. You could tell your friends, you could tell your grandkids, you fucking cashed on Detroit Mercy ML, and they got their first win in 2024. You're welcome. All right.
I'm in. That game's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Put Tennessee on here. It's probably not my favorite one on the card, but one of the teams that I think is kind of dead, just kind of like Miami is at this point, is Arkansas. They did just get a big win at home against Georgia, which they really, really needed bad over the weekend. But I will pay to find out if their offense can sustain any sort of control against Tennessee's defense. I don't love the spot with a look ahead potentially to Saturday, but again, I'm just fading Arkansas at this point. Needed a spot in somewhere in these like really weird SEC games, and this is probably one of them where I'm going to get involved and just, I don't know, fade what seems to be the semi-trendy underdog team that I don't know why they're trendy or why people continue to take them at home, whatever it may be. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'll be honest.
They don't even give a shit down there, man. They just be throwing teams and they know we're losing, and they don't care.
I'll be honest. I hate Miami, but it was kind of in gut today that this would be the spot.
Dude, what? I mean, I guess. And look, man, you know what happens when I bet on or against Miami? Like, let's be realistic here, Javon. I lose coins. Coins are lost, right? But I can't ignore that spread as it continues to move up towards Clemson after they've already lost to this team and it wasn't even close. And, I'm going to give them one more shot on the ML. Chat, look, Me fading Miami is a death wish. Okay, I want that on record. Javon's right. All right, it's not for the faint of hearts. Typically not profitable, but today I can't ignore it. And I feel like parlaying that with Detroit Mercy, probably the nastiest play of the season, is fitting, right? I feel like that makes sense with throwing those two pieces together because they're either going to go over and both probably lose by 30, or they're going to win easily. And we're going to be counting our guap with the cash count. Okay. Sure.
Right.
You did your Tennessee sell job?
Yeah, briefly.
Sure. Let me do my quick Queens sell job. Queens, welcome home. Okay, it's good to see you again. Look, Queens has been overall better in the last month or so than they were at the beginning of the season. I feel like they were fat, happy, and complacent early on, Javon. I don't know, but I mean, after their first year in D1 last year with Kenny Dye running the points, this team was damn near unstoppable. One of the better mid-majors in college basketball. This season, they entered the year playing like it's right. They were slow, lazy. Their rotations weren't working. They were missing their best guy. But we've seen this Queens team start to heat up overall in the second half of the season, mainly because of their freshman, Cash. What a name, by the way, Cash, who coach is now letting run the point a little bit here and handle the basketball better now that he trusts his freshman a little bit more with some games under his belt. I'll tell you guys what, this kid can run the offense like no other, and they have looked significantly better since Cash has been starting and getting those big-time minutes. So I'm willing to go back to Queens today. Look, they're 10-16. They're playing a 500 North Florida team who personally, Javon, I think is dead. This North Florida team was, great at the beginning of the season. Didn't know why, didn't know how, don't really have that many guys, nothing special, but they kept winning, all right? Now we're starting to see the true colors here for North Florida, okay? They've lost and haven't covered 4 of their last 5. They were favorites in 3 of their last games against Central Arkansas, Northern Alabama, and Austin Peay, and they lost all 3 of those games, Javon. So the honeymoon's over, okay, for this, North Florida team. It's done. Okay, this team stinks. They're starting to finally play like it. And I'm fading them. And backing Queens, who, most people who follow college basketball look at this line quickly and they're probably a little bit confused, seeing North Florida as a dog here in the spot and seeing that juice move for Queens. But we know Queens plays better at home. We know Queens has been playing better overall recently. Since they've put Cash in the lineup more often, they've just become a better team. They've handled the ball much better and had less turnovers, which is their kryptonite all year. And North Florida is absolutely collapsing. This is a great spot for Queens. We back them today. I got -2.5. I don't care what the hell line you get, -3, -3.5. It don't matter. Okay, they're winning this game by 5+. Easy.
Man, easy. How can we not love a good old Queens sell job, man? Totally am. Totally
100%. Take me to Utah's. What do you got?
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking the over in this Lakers-Jazz game, which part of it is always, system that I've been playing for a while. Anytime there's a massive injury in a game and you got guys out and the total moves up, even if it's ever so slightly like this game is, sitting at like a 1.5 move towards the over, I like to get involved. So, you have no LeBron for the Lakers, but it's also a pretty decent matchup too, which the only reason why Keyshawn Pryor is, or I guess it's over there in that Prize Pick square box is because Jordan Clarkson is not on the board yet for regular squares. So the Jazz in that entire unit is going to absolutely torch the Lakers from the perimeter, which they really need too, which they're much better at home. A lot of the role players are much better at home too from the perimeter. And you couldn't really ask for a better matchup, and they need it coming off of a pretty disappointing offensive game against the Warriors where they got clamped for a majority of that game. So I think this is the really big bounce back, and I think the Lakers are going to be able to run with them too, which is why the total is so high after both of these teams really have been hitting last couple games, a couple more unders than you'd think in matchups that you would say are on paper pretty free overs. So now I think we finally get one, and I'm in. Potential muted.
I could be down for that, Poppy.
There we go.
Okay. Can I take you to Fresno for some nasty Mountain West action late night? Fresno. Late night guys are 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. your time, latest game of the day. Look, UNLV has been hanging around this whole season. UNLV has been a weird team, really tough to cap, to be honest with you. Right now, they're on a crazy hot streak. They've been in crazy cold streaks where they can only score 50 points a game, towards the middle of the year, a little bit earlier. Right now, they're hot. Right now, they're putting up points. They're winning games. They've won and covered 4 in a row. This UNLV team has, Javon. I don't really love that team. I don't love that squad. I don't really think they have, a chance to pull off anything crazy in that tournament at the end of the season. But right now, they're playing good ball. Okay, that needs to be understood. Fresno as well, probably in their best stretch of the season, which doesn't say much. I mean, they're 11-13. They've really struggled so far this year, but they've won their last 2 games, both as dogs, outright. Seems like Fresno, seems like their coach is very underrated out there, is starting to get the most out of his guys. All right, Hill's starting to do his thing at the points. Fresno overall finally starting to play Fresno basketball a little bit here, where they play defense. All right, and they're able to pull off these close wins. That's what we need tonight. We need them to play defense on their home floor. And I'm willing to bet after 2 straight games where they play great defense against San Jose State and Air Force. I know those teams aren't as good as UNLV, but let's not act like UNLV is New Mexico. All right, they're not. They also can win with defense as well. It just depends on the night. We're going to need them to win with defense in this spots. All right, with this total, at where it is, Javon, down from 140 to 137.5. I feel very good about backing this under in this game, especially with both teams coming off of the overs in their last 2 contests. So I'm going to back the under in this game, and I'm going to bet on their defense, especially Fresno's at home, to keep this game low scoring and keep the boys close. But it's probably going to be UNLV's defense as well getting involved and getting them a big-time win on the road here as -4.5 favorites. Okay, not in a rush to back a side in this spot. I'm telling you guys, these teams are too inconsistent. But there's one thing I know in this game with that total moving down, and one thing I've seen recently out of these 2 squads, it's that they're playing defense, and when they play against each other, it's probably going to be the most boring game of the day, which turns out to be an under and pays out our slips here. Under 137.5, book that shit.
Oh, man. I might have to get Goots involved for a little competition on the best, or I guess most boring game of the day, because I'm taking the Arizona State under, which this game is. It's one that also did happen pretty recently in that game, 84-71 at Oregon State. There's a lot of weird stuff that happened in that game. First of all, to score 84 points, Oregon State needed to shoot 56% from the field. Not good from 3. They're only 3 of 14 from 3. But you know where the points came from, Krabs? They went to the free throw line 49 times. And they honestly didn't even shoot great from the free throw line because they shot 60%. They shot 29 of 49, and Arizona State was 22 for 25 from the free throw line. So, like, the thing about both of these teams, which I guess most of it has to do with Arizona State, as we've kind of seen them unfold throughout the Pac-12 season, when they're at home, they kind of don't want to run with teams, which is why, like, they're coming off a really good game at Utah. Somehow they won that game, and they ran with them, and they kind of beat them at their own game. But now, when they're at home against a team who really, I could say they match up a lot better than a lot of the other teams they've played recently, I guess you could say about Oregon State. I think this is going to be the grinded out, slowest game. There's a reason why this total is nearly at the same exact spot and moving ever so slightly down that it closed at for that first game. That soared over by 20 points. So I think this is going to be a classic grinded out game. Arizona State's -6.5 in that game, which even coming off a big win, I would say is a little surprising with how terrible they've been the last couple of weeks. So to see that, I don't think they're going to win by scoring. I think it's going to be a gross defensive struggle. And hopefully, their entire lineup, unlike the first game, doesn't get in foul trouble this time, because that's the only reason Oregon State was able to get pretty much whatever they wanted in the paint in that game. I don't think that's going to happen again, which is why the total is what it is.
Okay, 2 nasty unders to close us out for the day on straight bets. Okay, and I'm happy to talk through some of the rest of these CBB games or some NBA or NHL, whatever else we got after this, Javon. But for now, some of our best bets up there. I've got Seton Hall, Clemson, Detroit, Mercy, Moneyline Parlay. That should hit. Queens -2.5. UNLV, Fresno under 137.5. Javon's got that Minnesota, Arizona over 6. He's laying it with Tennessee on the road. We will see how that plays out. He's got the Lakers and Jazz over 240.5 if you want an exciting bet. And then Oregon State and Arizona State under 136.5 if you want a winner. And that's a perfect segue, Javon, into our prize pick squares here, where I've got Jose Perez, a fade spot. Perfect. Any day Jose Perez plays is a fade spot, folks. He's playing tonight in a game with an under that I'm loving. What's up, Snell? What's up, Beast? Snell, bro, if you need some college basketball action today, let me know. DMs are always open, and I wouldn't tell a soul. Okay, we're locked in today. Boys, Jose Perez, bless his heart, okay, but he's finally coming off a good game. And this guy gets plenty of volume at times, okay? But Jose Perez is not going to do squats in a game where Javon just talked about the under for 5 minutes and it's smacking. And I think Arizona State has been playing too good recently. I honestly think they dropped this game. I really do. And I think that momentum that they've been building recently is fraudulent, and I just don't believe in this Arizona State Sun Devil squats. Goots, I apologize, man. Cover your ears. But I don't think this team is good. I think they're a little fraudulent. They just had a couple decent runs this season. And respectfully, Jose Perez is going to get absolutely clamped by the Beavers backcourt in this fight.
I will say, Javon being on this under as well, like, really harps on it. This is a game where, like, Frankie Collins and Jemiah Neal start out 0 for 20 and they score 19 points in the first half. It's just that type of Arizona State game. So no, you don't need to say no disrespect. Like, this is absolutely the right play.
Pipes in the paint with an and one. Let's go, Pipes. Underrated name that people aren't talking about enough. People forget Pipes.
Give me Pipes over points tonight, man. You might be locked.
That's what we should have taken on Prize Picks. Give me Pipes over PRA. I have a feeling he's getting 20 rebounds today. Okay. Unbelievable. Jose Perez fade. Javon, you're in today?
Yep. Of course I'm in.
Take me to your Prize Pick square. What do you got right now? What are you feeling?
Taking Kashawn Pryor over his PRA, which I don't know where it's going to end up settling because the lines are pretty different on the books, regardless of where you look. So wherever it's going to end up being, I'm going to end up taking it. Tulsa is one of the smallest and worst rebounding teams in all of the country, which is why you look at not just like his points or whatever, but his rebounds too. He's had a couple of really good performances the last couple of weeks, but this line is kind of higher than it's ever been. He's usually been sitting 6.5, 7 really before the last couple of weeks, and now it's starting to tick up. And Tulsa, so weak in the paint, and I think that's going to continue. And I guess his points too. He's going to have to be super aggressive. I think this is a really weird game for them on the road here, where they're going to be super tired looking for offense, and tack Tulsa in the paint. That's how you do it. And W. Snell bang.
5-unit whale. That's what Pipes does. He's a team player. He's dropping subs, getting the vibes up today. Let's fucking go, Pipes. Let's go, Snell. Bang. Sure he can. Let's go. I want to see those damn pipes in chat. That doesn't sound right, but I want to see those damn pipes in chat. Okay.
Yeah, wild.
I want to see them. All right. I want to see 100 of them. Let's go, Pipes. Sure you can. Guys, I don't have the subs pulled up right now. I have to relog back into the Twitch. So let me know when there's sub banks, please, so I can shout out the goats. Okay. Like our guy Pipes, a.k.a. Snellzilla, a.k.a. the GOAT Cy Young winner, a.k.a. our guy who just dropped 5 units on a sub web. Let's fucking go, boys. Javon, I like this square for a couple reasons. Number one, your sell job. Number two, the chart. Looks like the books are expecting him to do something today as well. I'm in.
Yeah, I will have to say, though, the only reason this is up here is because we have a couple of NBA squares that are not on board yet, primarily Jordan Clarkson. Just saying. Just saying.
Okay. All right. He's just saying, folks, he wants to go back to Jordan Clarkson, who could not respect coins less.
He's saying sneakily getting hot again. And he's playing the Lakers, too, which is a pretty cool revenge angle.
No further questions at this time. Sure.
No further questions.
Look, man, if he cashes, he cashes, and we're back. Okay, but if he doesn't, you're going to be hurting. You're going to be hurting.
Yeah.
All right? Yeah. Chat, stay posted for Jordan Clarkson. Let's see if he goes up on the board.
This is also one of the things I saw, too. That 1.5 threes that I always take. You want to know why it's not on the board? Because it's almost minus 200. So
what the hell is going on? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Lakers tax.
Very interesting. All right, boys. Well, we just powered through our sharp report. Take a screenshot of this puppy. We will tweet it out as well on the Book It BTL Twitter. And if you guys have not caught the morning after, I think Mikey ran that earlier today, make sure you check that out. I think he has a new bobblehead added to his collection that he was talking about, a little Jordan Poole action. W's for bringing that to him. The only guy ever who would want a Jordan Poole bobblehead besides me, Mikey Overs. So he wanted it. He got it. W's. And guys, I'm sure Surge Stream will be back soon. Okay, Trent will be back in action any day now. Any day now. Okay, so stay posted. All right, guys, if you want to rewatch anything, you can always go to the YouTube and subscribe. We're trying to get those numbers up, and it is free. So go back and rewatch if you need to go see our sell jobs on some of these plays. I saw people asking for a sell job on Seton Hall. Go back, rewatch it on the YouTube once we post this puppy. All right. And yes, guys, we know Trent is still in piss. He was one Christian McCaffrey touchdown away from $1 million. We know. We know. We were there. Okay. Let's move on. Football's over. We got PLL to talk about today. Javon, I'm down to go over some CBBs and talk about some of these other games we have not gone over yet. But first, I think we got to get the people hip to some PLL action today. Goods, well, let's go ahead and hop over to the Champ Series. Let the people know what is good. Guys, Champ Series a little bit different. Okay, it goes from today through Monday, which is the championship. All right, I think they have off tomorrow as well. But championship series, the top 4 teams from the regular season last year get to play in this. Yeah, a lot of the starters are playing this year. We've seen in years past, it's been like 50-50 with starters and guys trying to make teams or, some younger guys in there playing. But a lot of studs playing this year, not 100%, but overall, a lot of guys playing who were starting last year. So that's good to see. Okay, a lot of talent is going to be down there near me in DC. And if you're going to be around the area in the DMV and you want to go to a game, I will be there from Friday to Monday, every single game, drinking beers, watching lacrosse, sending bets, and saying what's up to you guys. So it is at the St. James, which is like 15 minutes outside of DC. Okay. If you guys want to meet up, if you're looking for something to do this weekend, I will be there. And I promise you, it's going to be electric. All right. It's going to snow on Saturday. Sure. That could be insane. That could be fun to watch. Snow lacrosse. That could be the difference here. All right. We might have to figure out who's Canadian and bet on those teams. But yeah, Champ Series, guys, we've got 4 teams playing. All right. And they start out today at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time, and it's on ESPN. So if you want to bet on this shit, you can watch it right on ESPN. You don't got to pull it up on any janky site or whatever. This shit is prime time. And I've got my Redwoods playing the Cannons. Sure. Interesting matchup. I'm definitely a little bit more confident about the second game, but I'm going with my Redwoods here in those insane yellow uniforms. I've never seen them wear yellow jerseys, and those yellow helmets are insane with the little trees on the green parts on top. When they zoom in, you can see them. Unbelievable work from whoever designed those uniforms. And I got to back my Redwoods and my guy, Nakai Montgomery, and the boys to avenge what should have been their season last year, where they started out hot as fuck. And they've got some veterans on that team looking to prove something. Rob Pennell, he's here. He's going to be playing. It's all Redwoods all day. And the Cannons, after they overperformed out the wazoo last year, I'm willing to fade. And I think this line is pretty telling, seeing the Redwoods, who were not as good of a team as the Cannons last season, as the fave. And they've got more guys going as well. So give me the Redwoods. Okay, they win this game. Their veterans slow it down a little bit and make the Cannons uncomfortable. Let's go to game 2 really quick. And guys, both these games have insanely high totals as well because they're playing 6s and way less guys in the field. So that means, just like in hockey, when you see 3s in OT, there's more goals. It's easier to score. It's, less people, less clutter on the field, right? These totals are high as fuck. Okay. And we're going to tweet out some data about this on the Book It Account, guys. But to tell you right now, like, these totals are this high for a reason. Usually in regular games, they're at 25 to 30-ish, maybe. This is absurd, seeing the totals up to 46.5, 45.5. I think we're going to see plenty of goals. Okay, a lot of the goalies, a lot of the starting goalies, don't end up coming to this event. It's a lot of work on the attack and on the midfielders and offenses, right? A lot of quick possessions and quick shots. There's a reason why these totals are so high. I would not be taking unders. Even I'm not trying to get cute in these games, okay? But I gave you guys the Redwoods ML. I like the over in that game. Let's go to Philly and the Archers. Okay, the Archers, now from Utah, they were the best team last year, and they won the championship, and they were elites. They were electric. Guys, this is a team I want to fade in the championship series, respectfully. I love these guys. Mac O'Keefe, my fucking dog, unbelievable lefty, rooting for him. It's not personal, okay? It's just business. But the Water Dogs have the best matchup to play 6s and find success on offense. What they do, what they run, they've got a bunch of little guys. They pass a bunch. Their offense is quick, short, compact. They thrive on 6s. And if the Water Dogs don't win this fucking tournament, I'd be shocked. I really would. I'd be surprised. So if you want a little sprinkle on a favorite to win this whole thing, the championship's on Monday, I would go with Chelly's squad and the Water Dogs, Michael Sowers and co. My guy Jake Caraway and co. That's who I would roll with, the Water Dogs. And I like them minus 130 on the ML against the Archers, looking to get some revenge here from the championship where the Water Dogs lost to the Archers. I'm sure some of those guys have not forgotten that, and they're going to be the more motivated team in a little bit of an off-season atmosphere, right? This is winter lacrosse. This is not the regular season. It does not count as much. This is a separate tourney, but I still think the Water Dogs will be the more motivated team after 40 in the championship last year to this same Archer squad. I want to fade the Archers coming off a championship and back the Water Dogs to get some revenge here when they have a great matchup to dominate on 6s, okay? Water Dogs ML, favorite play of the day. That is the one to tap. That is the one to tap, okay? W's. And that's enough PLL talk for one day. Goods, Javon, anything to add here?
No, I'm tapping. A little revenge game out of the gate in the Champ Series. I'm in.
Sure. Revenge game, 7:30 Eastern. That's going to be fucking nuts. I'm stoked. Yeah, Water Dogs ML, favorite play by far. They get it done. And guys, I will be there, boots on ground, Friday through Monday. ESPN Plus for this game and the first game of the day, we can scroll up really quick. ESPN 2. Okay. The better game, though, is the second game. I will say that is the championship rematch from last year's season. And that game is going to be chippy, and there's going to be a lot more motivation in that puppy. But I am going Redwoods in the over in that first game. Goods?
I will say this is like the equivalent of 3-on-3 hockey. So if you like 3-on-3 hockey, watch this.
Yes, a lot of goals, a lot of shots. Is the shot clock cut down as well?
Goods? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Don't quote me, but yeah, I think so.
Yep, smaller fields, I believe. 3-point arc is moved, I believe, or 2-point arc is moved. To allow more shots. So very curious to see who ends up on top. But guys, I'm telling you right now, I'd be surprised if the Water Dogs don't find a way to win this championship series with the guys they have on the squads. They should thrive in sixes. So let's see if the Water Dogs can get it done. But you guys know who I'm rooting for. It's the goddamn, where are they? The Redwoods. Always rolling them. Always rooting for them. You know that's my team. Okay? You want to take a shot in the dark? Any squad you're rooting for here? Redwoods?
What I'm rooting for? I'm rooting for the Redwoods, yeah. That's the rooting interest, but I will be surely rooting the Water Dogs with you.
Over there, absolute beast. People forget he played football at Duke. Now he's balling on the Redwoods. All right, awesome. W's. Guys, let's move. Let's groove. How many units? I will probably have 1 unit on all these plays. Redwoods ML, the over in the Redwoods game. And then Water Dogs ML might be a 2-unit geyser. That's my favorite play. All right. But let's move and groove, and let's talk a little bit about some college basketball plays. Wait, I just remembered and have to know, did your Littler go over or under 180s?
Square sword under.
It's sword under. It was the freest bet of all time.
Yeah.
But
he had 3 and Kittle had 2.
Had 2. No,
unbelievable.
Yeah, Littler had 3. You're right. He hooked under on his actual line.
That was the freest square to ever exist. People are saying.
Hilarious.
Holy smokes. That is awesome. Yep. Sure. That one's sword under, folks. That's why you trust and you fade these combos. Maybe there's some prize pick specials we can fade today. We'll take a peep at them. All right. You want to power through some of these CBB games, Javon, and see if there's anything looking at us funny?
Sure. Let's do it.
Okay. We could probably start out with Michigan State and Penn State here. And let me know, Chad, if anybody's dropping sub banks. Okay. Let me know. I don't have that pulled up right now. All right. Keep us updated. Penn State, Michigan State, gosh, it's down to 3. It was at 3.5 before BTL. Javon, thoughts? Is Penn State fake sharp, or are they the play today in the spot?
They might be. I'm pretty torn in this game. I definitely am not running to the counter to bet Penn State because it feels like I've taken them in enough spots already, and I kind of want to take my money and run. But, yeah, line continuing to drop, maybe a little indicative of what to expect, but I don't know. Not too sure on this game. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, look, I don't want to fade Sparty down the stretch here, especially when we get closer to March, but Penn State is the right side. But how many times can Penn State cash as a fucking short dog this season? Are they going to cash every single time?
Yeah.
Probably not. But I do lean that way at home in this spot. So keep me away from this game. Lean Penn State with the points at home. But watch out for Sparty because we know what Tom Izzo does. And that's win and get better as the season goes on every single year. And he's doing it right now again. They're much better than they were the first week of the season. Not even close. Right? It's crazy.
Yeah.
You'd think at this point he maybe switch up, what the hell he does at the beginning of the season. But who am I to tell Tom Izzo what to do? Right? Keep scrolling. Goots. I don't got anything in Presbyterian or Youngstown State. We talked about Clemson. Like a little Clemson ML parlay piece. Like a little Clemson 2-piece. If you want to take them with Detroit Mercy, sure. But that's what I'm doing as well. And guys, people forget I've been cashing some of these 2-piece Geysermans and some of these greasers in college basketball over the last couple of days as well. So cashed 2 pieces yesterday, Javon, and one of them included Virginia Tech. So I feel like that deserves at least a pat on the back a little bit. That's impressive. Not a lot of people can do that. Cash a bet on the Hokies. So good to see that. Clemson ML chat. I am parlaying them with the weirdest angle of the day. Detroit Mercy, who does not have a win yet and is a -5.5 favorite. Taking them on the ML with Clemson if you missed it earlier. And then I obviously like Seton Hall as well on the spread or ML, whatever you want to take there. But Javon, you touched on South Florida and that game a little bit with a prop. Is there any angle you wanted to talk about in the game?
Yeah, I mean, I like Tulsa. I don't know if I'm going to get to the counter with it because USF is just the greatest ATS team of all time, even though they did somehow not cover, but they came back and won over the weekend against Rice, where they were getting dominated for I don't know, 25, 30 minutes. They came back and won by 4. I expect Keyshawn Pryor to dominate, which is partially why I don't want to get involved, because I feel like this is another game where they could start out super slow and then kind of wear Tulsa down on the inside with a lot of offensive rebounds and second chance points. So yeah, I definitely lean Tulsa. I wouldn't be shocked if this one is close in the end, but probably not going to bet it.
Okay. All right. That's fair. Let's keep powering through here. See if there's any other games. Looking at it's a little funny. High Point laying 13.5. It feels a little short, but what do I know? Keep on moving and grooving here. Richmond and UMass. Not taking the bait on UMass, but definitely a short line there with Richmond at home. Any thoughts, Javon, on that A10 shit show?
Yeah, I'm pretty torn on that game too. Probably would lean Richmond if anything, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's just a pretty square under type game too.
Okay. Yeah, UMass been fake sharp for years. Okay. Richmond is actually good. So it's a weird spot, weird angle, but something weird is telling me that spread should be, double of what it's at right now, especially with Richmond at home. So I'm confused a little bit here. I'll be honest with you, but UMass, again, they have not come through at all in any of these spots this season or a lot of last season as well. So keep me away from this game, but I do lean UMass. I do.
Yeah, sure.
Georgia Tech, Notre Dame, the game of the night in the ACC. Oh, gosh. Look, Notre Dame, it could be worse, right? Notre Dame, I was expecting to be the worst, team of all time. Might be boots on ground for UD Mercy. No way, Riley. Can't believe they scheduled Valentine's Day on the same day as this game. I mean, yeah, dude. That's crazy. If you go to that game and I see a picture of you in that arena or something, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. You got to go.
Have to.
You got to go. Man, that's crazy, dudes. You might be the only person in there.
It'd be insane.
Rooting on a Detroit Mercy ML ticket against IUPUIs. Oh, unbelievable. Look, man, if there's Detroit Mercy guys want to have any action tonight, they're gonna have to get a win and get off the schneid here. Plain and simple. Maybe that's the difference. Getting a win on Valentine's Day, breaking the streak. Could be. Probably the worst college basketball game of the season under Galore. Yeah, it's got to be the worst game of the season. Detroit Mercy may have to court storm. Yes, I'm with you on that, ASAM. They might have to court storm. Javon,
should.
Georgia Tech and Notre Dame. Any thoughts on this game?
Well, I mean, you probably couldn't get to much lower of a point if you're Georgia Tech coming off a game where you just went to Louisville as an underdog and lost. And not to mention that the first time this game happened, they surprisingly got, I would say, dominated by Notre Dame, even though the final score doesn't necessarily show it. Notre Dame controlled that entire game pretty handily. So I don't know. It seems like Georgia Tech might have a sneaky bounce back spot here on the road. Notre Dame also coming off of a pretty big win themselves. So I wouldn't be surprised if Georgia Tech just wins this one outright. I think this is Notre Dame by 7 or Georgia Tech straight up. So don't even mess around with the spread if you're taking the Jackets.
Huh. So you're thinking either they win outright or they lose by 20 and play like crap again. So you might as well just take the ML. No spread.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't hate it. Back in my mind, I see Notre Dame as a favorite, and that is weird. But, I mean, to be fair, they've already beaten this team by, a good chunk. And Georgia Tech is coming off of 3 losses. Like you said, Javon, they're coming off a loss to Louisville. You can't lose to Louisville in this conference. My goodness, people talk about you if you do. And we're seeing Notre Dame come off that big-time win against my Hokies, who are terrible. So, gosh, man, the more you talk about it, Javon, the more I'm liking Georgia Tech on the road.
I mean, to be honest, the line looks weird at first glance, but when you think this is also a team who just went to Louisville and was 1.5-point underdogs, I don't know how much better Notre Dame is than Louisville, but 2 points doesn't seem like that generous of a difference there. It's I don't think the line is as weird as it may seem when you first look at it.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Irish are definitely a little bit public. Okay, they're getting 61% of bets, 76% of handle on that spreads. They're getting about 70% of bets and handle on the ML. And we're seeing that line, I believe, drop from Georgia Tech. They're moving in that direction. Georgia Tech plus 2.5 to plus 3.5. Plus 3, depends on where you're looking. Okay, so the line is moving accordingly, but the Irish are definitely public, and the Irish definitely stink. So maybe it's Miles Kelly and co. to get it done with a little ML sneak bets. Maybe a 0.75 you ML bets on that plus 142. You go about your day. Okay.
Yeah, maybe a little Irish letdown after getting a big win at home for the first time since literally the Vietnam War against the Hokies.
I'm liking that. And how about my Hokies last night getting a big time win against Florida State? Sure.
Yeah, they needed it.
Back.
Badly.
2 words. Back. All right. IUPUI, Detroit Mercy, the game you have all been waiting for. Guys, if you didn't know, I'm going to tell you one more time. Detroit Mercy, last year, they had Antoine Davis. I think his dad was the coach. The only reason he was there. That kid was a top 10 player in college basketball. That's why he's playing right now in the G League, I believe, somewhere, and he will get a chance in the NBA because he is like that. He was born to play basketball. Just because he's small, it doesn't mean shit. He will get a shot in the NBA. But he's gone, okay? And this team is hurting without their stud. Guys, they haven't won a game this season. They still have not won one. They are like 0-25. Detroit Mercy, they're playing IUPUI. We've made fun of them in years past, Javon. IUPUI has been the team that can't rip off a win and was the worst team in college basketball for years. Well, the tables have turned, and now Detroit Mercy is taking the cake there. Literally and metaphorically, they have taken the cake as the worst team in college basketball this season. But Javon, remind me, I can't really see that too well. What are they on the end now? Detroit Mercy in this game?
Minus 240 is crazy.
Minus 240 on the end now when they haven't won a game against an improved IUPUI team. Wow. That's kind of weird. Can't ignore that. To make matters worse, IUPUI is extremely public for a dog. Okay? They're getting 60% of bets, a little bit less on the handle per Visson. And they're getting 71% of the handle on the ML. Javon, this IUPUI team is public. Detroit Mercy has no business being a 6-point favorite, let alone a favorite in this game. And I'm shit nuking them on the ML, whether it's with Clemson, whether it's something else you're loving. But we got to find something to pair this with in a 2-piece because Detroit Mercy's not losing today. And the streak ends on Valentine's Day. It does.
They're running a promo to the game. It's buy one, get one free tickets if you use code VDAY. So
sure.
They're getting crazy down there in Detroit.
Wow.
You hear that, Raleigh Brass? You go bring your lady. All right. Free ticket. On the house. All right. They should be paying you to go to that game. Straight up. You shouldn't have to pay a cent.
Just $20.
0-4 historically went away against Detroit Mercy. I bet, Gavin. I'm a little bit concerned how you have that stat on the top of your head, but I'm impressed at the same time. Okay. Man, Detroit Mercy doesn't feel like they could be the Sam Houston State college football version of college basketball losers. Well, DeGen, I hope not. And unless you have a crystal ball, I think there's no way to tell that. But if it's giving you weird vibes, let me know. And that sketches me out for sure. But I keep coming back to, and there's been things flying around in my head with this game. Like, sure, it's against IUPUI. Sure, IUPUI stinks. Sure, they're home and they're due. And people are probably hip to this and everyone's talking about it today. The game is super popular on my feed. Everyone's posting screenshots of it, BR betting. Everyone is talking about this one fucking nasty game today. So in that sense, yes. Okay, it's not making me feel great about it, but what are we supposed to do? And I just keep coming back to seeing Detroit Mercy, a team that hasn't won a game this year, hasn't even been close to winning a game this season. Not even close. I mean, look at their ATTS. It's fucking terrible. Or ATS. Gosh, it's fucking it's atrocious, Javon. They are a bad team. And not only laying -3, not laying -4, but they're laying 5.5. And they're up to almost -250 on the ML. Like, DeGen, any weird feelings I'm having when I stare at this board right now and look at that -238 gets thrown out the window. It gets thrown out the window for me.
Fair.
We'll see if I'm right.
If they lose, I mean, it might have to be another jersey situation.
Oh, I don't know yet. They haven't cost me many coins yet.
Yeah.
What are those jerseys, bro?
Dude, I'd love to know what kind of numbers they're pulling in on those jerseys, man.
I don't know, but I don't like it. I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. That might be worse than the Sam Houston jersey. This game will set basketball back to the 50s. Oh, God.
Yeah.
This game's going to stink.
Might be worse.
This game's going to stink. Matches the Crabs logo. Kind of does, color-wise.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. Too sharp. IUPUI is just smelly, and Detroit Mercy is basically a make-a-wish dream team. Well, then why are they -5.5, and why are they -250?
What's your answer?
I don't know. I'm willing to pay to find out. All right. I'll parlay them probably with our guy Clemson on the ML And once Clemson loses outright to Miami and Detroit wins by 100, I'm going to be in piss. Okay. Up to 6 now. Sure, Falser. Oh, they're not here. Did that pull back from 6 to?
It's been like going back and forth for a while.
I think it was 6 when I pulled it up, and now it's back to 5.5.
Krabs, I heard your friend Brad will be there hyping them up tonight. I hope so. I hope he is. That would be crazy if he's there for that. Okay. Krabs, will you be watching this full game? No, I'll be completely transparent. It's Valentine's Day. There's no fucking way I'm watching that game, but I will bet on it.
Can't do that.
I will bet on it, and I will check my phone at dinner. Okay. Detroit Mercy ML. Parlay piece of the day. Boom. Trent, if you're watching, Fugazi piece. Detroit Mercy ML. Don't think twice about it. All right. Y'all both on Seton Hall? I sure as hell am. Javon?
I'll probably sit out on Seton Hall.
Soft.
Big East.
Soft. The entire world is on Seton Hall, and Headshot PZ is pissed. And he wants people to know about it. He's pissed. Okay? Well, that's not good. That's probably why that line is moving and grooving towards Seton Hall. Let's see what the splits say. Did they back my guy? Yeah, they're public. They're public. Lines moved accordingly. Could be worse, but they're definitely public. Okay? And seeing that minus 112 on the spread is not making me feel great about it, but a lot of time left. We'll see where it ends up. Okay.
Funny.
Missed you guys. W's. Guys, let me know if there's any sub bangs coming in. I don't have the Twitch pulled up. I have to re-log in, and I don't have the fucking code. So let me know if there's sub bangs. Okay. I want to shout you guys out for your work. Please. All right. So it was a squad ride, Detroit Mercy -6. No, it's fucking not, and it will not be.
Yeah.
Detroit Mercy, dear God, I'd rather bet spring training games soon. Phils, I need a spring training lock for Friday, I believe, is the first games. Can somebody in chat confirm? I'm sure they can.
College baseball starts Friday, but not spring training. I think it's the 22nd. They have that Puerto Rico game, Padres-Dodgers.
Huh. Okay. Sure.
Yep.
Soto home run.
I will have Gooch PODs on college baseball, so be ready for that.
We need those.
Oh, yeah.
We need those goods. Sure.
TCU under freight.
I can't wait for baseball. Yeah. Look, same with us. We're stoked. You guys know we're baseball guys. Both played, a good amount, and we got some W sub bangs coming in. Who did it, Picks with Deej? Show yourself. Who did it? We are both stoked for some baseball. It's right around the corner, right, Javon? Gosh, the offseason for baseball is so quick. I feel like the playoffs were yesterday. I'm fucking stoked for Nationals baseball, okay? But mainly just for baseball and betting on it. And Prize Pick Squares, right? We were fucking dialed in with the Prize Pick Squares last year in MLB. I'm excited to run that back. I want to double my bankroll on Prize Picks this MLB season. I want to turn 20 racks into 40 racks. That's my goal, okay?
There we go.
And the season-long entry, it's going to be included in that. All right. We're going to have to smack that puppy like we did last year. People forget. We smacked that puppy. 5-piece. Hold the fry. Okay.
Yeah.
5U max, Detroit Mercy -5.5. Okay. Okay. Is that a highlight video too?
Dude, really got the highlight video for this, man.
Did Shelly make a highlight vids?
Yeah.
Just a normal layup. And a wide open 3. Yeah. Superhero. That's a good pass. Sure.
Those might be their only highlights all season.
I mean, that probably took them an hour to find. Holy smokes. Unbelievable. All right, Shelly. Bucky, man, I'm in. All right, not the spread, though. No fucking chance. But ML, I'm so in, brother. All right. Mercy puts everyone in piss. We'll see. We will see, brother. Look, if Detroit Mercy was public, I'd be worried. But they're not yet. Okay? If they're public, I'd be worried. But they're not. Just on Twitter, because people are noticing it and maybe taking it for memes or taking it because it's weird. If you look at the data, they're not public yet. All right, no stress. Detroit Mercy, ML, parlay that with some shit. They're winning today. The curse, the streak is done. All right. W's, keep moving, keep grooving. Go. Hurry up. We got about 30 minutes left on BTL. We got to make sure we cover everything. We got MLB, or we got NHL, we got NBAs, right, Javon?
Yep.
We got to finish up some of these CBB games here, and what better way to do it than talking about Chicago State? Any plays there?
God, no. I mean, they surely cannot run with Eastern Kentucky, so I could easily see Eastern Kentucky putting up 100 points in that game.
Okay, sure. You heard it here first, chat. Fading the hell out of Chicago State. They stink. Let's keep moving. Let's keep grooving. I got nothing in these upcoming games here. Weird to see Kennesaw State at -145, -122, but that'll probably adjust soon. But it's looking like they don't want people betting on Kennesaw State on that spread, maybe for a good reason. Keep on moving, Goots. Let's check out the late night Geysermans. Let's see what we got here. Get me away from these shit games. American Navy. Once again, a crazy short line for American. No respect, but they'll probably come through and win once again. I'm not falling for this puppy. American is one of those teams that just comes through and respects coins when nobody expects it. So I'm good on that. I'm not fading them, but I would lean Navy. Any opinions on any of these games? I've talked about Queens. I like them on the spreads. Thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I certainly can get down with Queens. That could be the square over game too, which, I mean, I don't know how square you can call a UNF Queens over, even though it's at 165.5, but that game just might have 200 points in it because that's the only way Queens is going to win, especially at home. And North Florida will certainly not shy away from picking up the tempo right with them.
Let's talk about Green Bay and Northern Kentucky real quick. Scroll up a hair, Goots, because it's worth talking about. Green Bay is on absolute fire right now. They're on a crazy win streak. They're on a crazy cover streak. Nobody expected this. This team stunk it up last year. They were at the bottom of the standings with IUPUI. But, Javon, now we're here. And we see this team, on a crazy streak. They're 17-9. They're playing a Northern Kentucky team that typically has their number, typically much better program overall, finishes better in the standings every year. But not this season, okay? Javon, are you thinking about potentially taking Green Bay here in a revenge spot? They did play Northern Kentucky less than a month ago, and they lost by almost 20 points in that game. And since then, Green Bay's been on this crazy heater. Do you think Green Bay gets revenge at home? Do they stay undefeated? Do they stay perfect against the spread in their last couple of games? Are they staying perfect on this crazy streak right now, or is it over? What do you think?
I mean, I won't be taking them. Not just that they're on a ridiculous streak, but they're also really damn good at home. They're 10-1 straight up at home, and I think the ATS record might be exactly the same there. So, I mean, to see 3.5, I'm really not too shocked, or I guess 3 now as it moves back in front of our faces. I'm good taking Green Bay there, the way they've been playing lately.
Okay, sure. Line just shifted in 4K. Yep, you're goddamn right. How am I getting dragged into Beeve and Sandy's Twitter? Len Bong, you're better than that, brother. You're better than that, man. Get out of there. Well, you still can. Okay. Crazy stuff happening at Chiefs Parade. Oh, God. Oh, God. Prayers up. Let's hope that is not true. Okay. 0-26 Detroit Mercy after their first win tonight. Sure. I don't even want to see this, bro. I don't even want to see Chiefs celebrating. Len Bong, I'm fucking with you, bro. Yeah, get this off my screen. I don't want to see the Chiefs celebrating anything because they stole my coins. And I guess it is that easy as just locking in the best quarterback ever at plus money in the Super Bowl every time or the playoffs every time. It's that simple. Okay. Fuck. Unbelievable. Good scroll. Go. Hurry up. Go. Scroll. Hurry up. All right, stop. Slow down. You're going too fast. Oh, God. Southern Illinois and Belmont. Any thoughts there, Javon? Is this Belmont team moose?
They are pretty moose, I think. I don't really know how to value them or kind of look at how the books value them, but it seems like I was a little surprised with some of the lines we've seen from, I guess, Southern Illinois, especially lately, to see a 3 here on the road for them. So, I mean, I don't really know what to do with this game. It's a little sketch, but I don't know if this is just Belmont respect we're getting for past years or what.
Yeah, I mean, they've been getting respect on their lines all season. I've been watching them like a fucking hawk. Now, I will say the Salukis have beaten this team already this season, which is a little bit weird seeing Belmont, as a favorite moving up from -1.5 to -4. Some places, -3 here still, though, W's. Definitely weird. This is a conflicting spot for me. I'm with you, Javon. Same kind of headspace here where, Belmont has been getting crazy line respect all season. They've been good in recent years. This team kind of stinks. Is that what they're getting here? Or are they actually sharp against the Salukis team? Are they going to get a win and get revenge? I don't know. I'm not willing to find out with my own coins. So keep me away. All right, we can move to Bradley here. Shooting is confirmed. Holy shit, guys. Prayers up.
Yeah,
Prayers up for whoever's at that fucking parade. That is not straight. That is not straight. Let's keep talking about the games, though. Is that Sam Laporta? Yes, it is. Actually, Fat Girl's Egg. I'm happy to have him on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, Sam Laporta. W's. How did she do on the jersey on the back? Did she fuck up the letters at all?
No, she got it right. She got it right. She was super anal about making sure that whoever put it together got like the small A on the back. She was
she blessed you. She did good.
She was venting for like 5 minutes when I went up there about how people never get that right. And I'm just like, all right, let's just put it on the jersey.
Give me the jersey. Give me the jersey. Okay.
Just do what you got to do. Do what you got to do.
Chad, we're walking through the mall at Caesars, and we're going to the NFL store. Javon's trying to get his jersey. They're telling him it's going to take 4 hours to, get the jersey done. Whatever. I bitched the lady, and we send it off and hope and wait for a text. And 4 hours or so to go back and get it. We go to Culture Kings. Culture Kings is insane. I got this hat there as well. Never seen a collection like that in my entire life. I need to go back. Unbelievable place, Culture Kings in Caesars. I mean, I was literally in awe. And then I had to sprint to the books to get that, 4-piece Geyserman in, the 4-piece lay, barely before the buzzer, 1 minute in, because I was, finding myself at Culture Kings for an hour, looking at all the fucking hats. We head back over to Paris where we're staying, getting ready to go out for that night or whatever. And Javon gets a text saying, "Oh, your jersey's ready," after 1 hour. And then you had to walk all the way back over there.
Literally got called the second I walked into our room. The second we got there. I was like, all right, let's make the truck back.
Had to secure it.
Yeah, it's necessary.
Had to secure it. Yeah, we need to get that fucking graphic with you in the jersey with the Hall of Fame jacket put over it is what we need.
Need it.
That's what we need. Steve Wilkes fired. Interesting. All right, let's keep moving. Let's keep grooving here. You want to talk about St. Joe's versus Sister Jean? What are your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting game.
Drew Valentine on Valentine's Day.
Fade Drew Valentine on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, might have to. I mean, you're the A10 guy. I look at this and I think this is a pretty clear sharp versus square game, especially Loyola starting to heat up now, and kind of want to go St. Joe's.
Yeah, I like St. Joe's in the spot. St. Joe's coming off of a couple games they haven't covered, including a loss to Dayton where they were fighting around with Dayton. I think they were even up at halftime, and they gave up 60 points in the second half to Dayton. They couldn't fucking stop a parked car. And then they go on to barely beat St. Louis by 1. Okay, so it's not like, St. Joe's, the Hawk will never die. It's not like they're playing, super great right now. And you go over and look at what Loyola Chicago and Sister Jean are doing. They've won and covered 4 games in a row. My goodness. But they've all been against shit teams, okay? St. Louis, Davidson, George Mason's frauds, George Washington's frauds, okay? These teams are not like that at this point of the season. You can kind of tell. But Loyola Chicago is 11-2 at home this season, Javon. We've talked about it before. Sister Jean has powers at home. All right, so am I rushing to bet Loyola Chicago or fade Loyola Chicago in this spot? No. But I'll tell you what, I cannot ignore St. Joe's in this spot, moving from +4 to +3.5. I think I'm going to have to find out. I'm going to have to fuck around and find out and bet on St. Joe's here with the spread. I can't ignore it. Everything screams Loyola Chicago should be free and easy in this game, including the fact that they played literally a month ago and St. Joe's lost at home to this team. So I can see it going both ways. St. Joe's goes and gets a revenge win on the road against Loyola Chicago when nobody expects it. And I'm going to bet to find out. Give me St. Joe's. The Hawk will never die. Give me the points. We might need them.
Just might.
Okay.
Just might.
Crazy. St. Joe's, sports payouts. He's with me.
There we go.
W's. What is this all about, Lembong? Yes, Lembong, we do it all for you. People forgetting. Guys, let me know if there's any sub banks coming in. All right. Javon, take us through these late games. Anything else before we move on to some hockey?
What else do we have on the board? I feel like we probably at the least got to talk about Auburn in that game.
Sure.
Seems like we've seen the story a million times with South Carolina with massive lines, but yeah, I'm good on co-signing that one. Dead Larry Bird.
Gosh.
But yeah, we've seen the story a million times. With South Carolina getting a lot of line disrespect, but this one it just feels very different. And I know I'm a very pro Auburn better in person this year, but You see them get a disrespect a lot on the lines, but this is a different story when you're talking about going into the jungle, especially when you're a team who shoots a lot of threes. And Auburn in these high scoring games, they give up a lot of points. It's a lot in transition because they play, fast with these teams like Alabama and the other teams that they can kind of run with, like South Carolina wants to play Auburn at their own game. They want to play slow. They want to play physical. It's one of the sneakier, really good defensive teams in the SEC. It's like this game is going to be a little bit of a rock fight. So, I think Auburn's defense is really going to show up, and that's why we see the 11.5 there. And if you're trying to take very long possessions and get good looks from three against Auburn's defense in the jungle, have fun, because that's not going to go very well. So I think that's why we're seeing 11.5 in this game.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it perfectly. You hit the nail on the head there. I like the under in this game. Total's down from 138 to 136.5. I think that's the sharpest play. I think staying away from a spread is in everyone's best interest because we've seen South Carolina get negative line respect literally the entire season, and it hasn't fucking mattered at all. They're still at 18-6 ATS, and right now they're at the point where they should not be faded. Doesn't matter what the fuck the situation is. I've seen this before. There's a handful of teams every year that no matter what the fucking lines are, they cover, they win. The books just don't have a read on them, and they continue to overperform. South Carolina is in that bucket, 100%. They are in that bucket. And Auburn, sure, we love them in this spot, is a big favorite, right? Sure, they're ranked below South Carolina somehow. And Javon, you and me both know that Auburn is a better team than South Carolina. I mean, come on, give me a break.
Yeah, of course.
But that spread is large. That spread is fat. That spread makes me want to take Auburn and fade South Carolina. Well, I'm not doing it. I've had enough of fading the Cox. They just keep on fucking winning. And they are a team that last year I'd continue to fade and lose coins. And this year I'm saying enough is enough. Let's pivot here. Let's use this spread to our advantage, Javon. And like you said, with that total coming down 2 points and with that spread that fat, I don't think the Gamecocks are going to be scoring too much in this game. I'm going to lean into that under and bet it myself and back that Auburn perimeter defense to keep South Carolina off the fucking scoreboard at least as much as they can. All right, give me the fucking Auburn defense at home in the jungle to win this game. Probably cover. I lean that way, but I'm not fading South Carolina anymore. Let's just fade the offenses. Let's just fade them. Give me the under.
I'm in. Yeah, I mean, I would be all over Auburn if it wasn't for the look ahead spot they have because they bring Kentucky into the jungle this weekend. It's like I could see them dominating this game with their defense, but it being kind of a low scoring, gross game that hangs within the 11.5. So I still like the 11.5. Probably not going to take it, but it's mostly because of the Kentucky game looming.
There's no way they have a BJ Mack over Steel Square. There's no way they have that up. Sure. Oh my God, they do, bro. What? Is that chart accurate though?
Not sure. Some of those have to be double checked.
That's what I'm saying. I'm double checking it right now as we speak. Make sure there's no fluke shit here. I mean, the guy hasn't had a steal in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games. He hasn't had a steal. 9 piece.
They just dropped. Did they just drop Jordan Clarkson squares on PB? Did we just bang?
Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Did they put it up?
Oh, there he is.
Oh, he's up, folks. He's up, folks. Holy smokes.
Yeah, we're tapping.
What are you taking? Are you taking that Demon 2.5 threes?
Honestly, I like the Demon 2.5 threes, but I've been burned so many times by the 3-point squares. Even though I know that one's going to hit, I'm just going to take the points.
What, 17?
17.
All right. Can we put a little side piece together, though, and maybe take that threes, Demon Square?
Yes, absolutely. Get a little Demon entry in today.
Give me the Demon threes. Wags, I'm in too, bro. I think we have to. Just got off work. A surge stream going up today. No surge today. All right. We got some winners for you, though, on BTL. All right. We got the plays going across the bottom on the ticker. Okay. And if you guys want, we will post the sharp report on Book at BTL here this afternoon. Okay. What are you pairing Jordan Clarkson with? Well, we could pair him with Jose Perez, less than points.
There you go.
Sure. That should hit. We could pair it with BJ Mack, more than half a steal. That would work for me camp. in chat.
Air.
Then we won your NBA mock draft. Yeah, when is the NBA draft? Do we know? That's not this weekend, is it?
No. It's not for a bit.
When is that? No, it's June 27th. Dude, it's not even close. What?
Yeah, it's for a while.
What are we doing? We get the NFL draft first. That's when we got to work for. Clarkson Dan for life.
One more time. If he does not pan out today, and probably the best matchup you could ask for in the entire NBA, then yeah, he's not going in slips. But he's starting to heat up.
Well.
He's starting to heat up, and he's playing the Lakers. Revenge game narrative too. It's one last ride.
Oh man. All right, what other squares have we talked about today? We have Jordan Clarkson, more than 17 points. We got BJ Mack, more than half a steal. Jose Perez, less than 13.5 points. I'm missing one. What's one we were just talking about recently?
I don't know. What else were we talking about?
Chat will remind me. Clarkson, BJ Mack, Jose Perez.
Pryor.
No, but I do like that Pryor square a lot.
What else were we talking about?
Janai Broom. That was it. Janai Broom. Look at that 3 square.
I did see that.
Goots, real quick. Popular tab, CBB. Should be the first one up. Looks like Janai Broom has just been an absolute fucking wizard from deep recently. Just banging threes like no other. Okay. Not today. This goes with the under. I don't know if this goes with our South Carolina fade angle there, but definitely goes with the under. Don't do it as an Auburn fan. Haha. Yeah, I mean, this is a crazy square to fades, but, I don't have a fucking choice. I'm fading squares like this every single time they're up, and more of them hit than lose. Plain and simple.
No.
Jeesh. Little 4-piece, chat, to take the edge off here. All right. It's 2 more thans, 2 less thans. Let's see if we can get Javon to tail this puppy. Jordan Clarkson, more than points. All right. BJ Mack, more than half a steal. Jose Perez, less than 13.5 points. And Janai Broom, less than half a 3. Is that 4-piece getting to the counter? Is it going to get close, Javon? What do we think?
So disgusting. That's a crazy 4-piece right there. You know what I'm
crazy, it just might work.
You know what I'm really waiting on, which I don't even know if he's playing or what the deal was when he got pulled early after last game, but if Jonas Valanciunas is playing, you know who they play today?
Who?
The Wizards. So I don't even that game could be a 30-point blowout by halftime. I don't really care. But Jonas is going to look like prime Shaq if he ends up playing today.
I mean, yeah. I tell my buddies this all the time. Just take the fucking best players against the Wizards and you make money. Straight up.
Yeah. To me,
straight up.
They don't have them squares up yet, though, but that's in the...
No squares up yet for him. We could talk about some NBA here in a moment. Are there any late night Geysermans in CBB before we turn the page there? I feel like we need to talk about, Tennessee, Arkansas a little bit for a second, right? Arkansas looks like the sharp play, but Arkansas stinks, right? And Musselman wants out. This team has no heart. They continue to not come through in sharp spots, and I'm done with it. Javon, I'm with you. Probably not going to take Tennessee, but I'll be rooting for you, and I think that's the right side here. Square up for Kitch and take the favorite on the road here. And I think it's a little bit sharper than people think.
Yep. I'm down.
Okay.
I'm in.
Dubs, do you like Wyoming getting 7.5 points against Utah State at home? Wyoming's been very good this season, but they did get blown out in a very sharp spot in that last game, Javon, if you can remember, when they were home against New Mexico and everybody was on them. And I pivoted to the over in that game and it smacked. But they lost by almost 20 in that spot. Are we going back to them? Wyoming at home, getting a couple points. Very, very good coach, very disciplined team. He kicked off all the guys who didn't give a shit last year. And they might not have as much talent this season, but they do play way harder, especially at home. And they're 8-2 at home this season as well. So are we taking a stab at Wyoming with some points at home against Utah State, or no thank you?
I kind of want to.
Same.
And I'm gonna be keeping eyes on this line to see where exactly it moves. But this is just feels like one of those weird games. You're taking a trip to Laramie before you go to Fort Collins and play Colorado State, and right before you host San Diego State right after that. So I mean, It's a game that, like, if Utah State is going to dominate this game, like they did the first time they played, they're going to have to be super physical in the paint. And that's not crazy to say because, like, Wyoming is not exactly physical themselves in the paint. But when you go to Laramie, things get weird. And when you go to Laramie before massive games against the other two best teams in the conference, you could argue, this is where your kind of game plan goes off track a little bit. And those are like the spots that Wyoming excels in and year out, whether they're good with Graham Ike or they're the team playing spoiler as an underdog. So gut tells me that Wyoming's going to make some shake in this game. So I might get involved as long as that line does not go hard to Utah State.
Sure. Can we get a Dak Prescott? Here we go from Budman. Sure we can, Budman. Here we go. God, he sucks. And looks like the Commanders took a lot of their old coaches. Pick some good ones. Maybe some bad ones. We'll see how it plays out. But thoughts on the Commanders hiring the former Chargers head coach, Anthony Lynn?
I mean, I don't really have much to say about that. He's an interesting guy. I don't know. They're getting a lot of coaches that have kind of weird patchwork experience. So like it's a very Dan Quinn coaching staff, which never really seems great on paper, but somehow they just find these guys with little niches in and out with whatever they come with, and it somehow works. So I have high hopes, but I don't really know what the direction is. There never really is a direction with the Dan Quinn staff.
Yeah, let's just hope that these guys stay in their lane. A lot of people who are former head coaches, a lot of people who had a lot of power and had it all taken away because they were shitty at their jobs, and now they're back down to square one. Let's hope these guys come through, right? And some of these coaches, it's their last chance to prove themselves. Anthony Lynn, Dan Quinn is a head coach, Cliff Kingsbury running that offense again. Pretty much everybody we brought in is on their last fucking, get out of jail free card here, their last chance in the NFL. That's a coaching staff I could get behind because at least we're getting efforts and we're getting backs against the wall, right? And like you said, Dan Quinn has assembled some really good staffs, in previous years. He's even gotten, with Shanahan going to a Super Bowl. And although they blew it, they at least got there, right? So that staff on paper didn't look too sharp before they got going, but they got there.
No.
And they figured it out, and it ended up being one of the better coaching staffs in the NFL, and that's why they got to the Super Bowl. But we'll see how it plays out. I do
like that with Dan Quinn. You can always kind of count on he's going to try and make big hires that he thinks work, like offensively. Like Anthony Lynn has had a couple different stints where he's been in very strong offensive systems, and obviously Cliff, that's his specialty. So, like, yeah, as a defensive guy, you can at least admire that and say, I'm getting guys to kind of create this system that I think is going to work really well. Whoever, is the quarterback for that system, who knows? But there's some good sort of direction, I guess, there. So, like, I still think you're going to look back on this in a couple months, or I guess a little more than that, in like middle of the season, October, November, and say, I can get behind this.
Okay. Hope you're right. But let's not kid ourselves here. The most important thing is that number 2 draft pick.
Yeah.
What we end up doing with that.
We'll see what they do.
That is everything. Okay. We will see. A lot of options, a lot of rumors. We will see how it plays out. He couldn't even last in Detroit. That is true. JFK family. But let's see how it plays out.
Nobody really could. That's why they've always sucked until now.
Yeah. Anthony Lynn. Who would have thought, huh? Unbelievable. Drake May's a Commander. I fucking hope not, man. I fucking hope not. Okay. I think with Cliff Kingsbury coming in, that means that we're not getting Drake May, but we'll see. Okay.
We'll see.
We'll see. All right. Javon, why don't you take us to the NBA and NHL slates? What do we got today?
Yeah, where do you want to go first? I guess you can go NHL. It's slate's a little smaller. Panthers Penguins is pretty obviously the best game of the day and the most important game of the day for not just my own Penguins investments, but I mean, looking at the slate, you can pretty obviously tell. I don't really have a take on this game necessarily, but I do have to say something that I've always preached with goalies coming off of shutouts. I love to fade them. And recently, if you look at like the last couple of weeks, goalies coming off of shutout have been really, really bad, especially early in the game, which if that's the case for Bobrovsky today, coming off of a shutout and playing a Pens team, who really needs some spark of offense. They need special teams. They need really everything they can get early in games. That could be huge for them. Because when the Pens jump out to an early lead against a team who is going to kind of play that style of game that they want, it's a good spot for them to be at. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Pens cash a plus money, and I certainly will not be taking the Panthers, not just for biased Pens, I don't know, perspective there, but don't back goalies coming off a shutout is the main topic of concern, and that's Bobrovsky today. I think yesterday there were 3 goalies coming off a shutout, all gave up goals in the first period, and all struggled for a good part of that game at the very least, namely David Rittich for the Kings, who gave up 5 before he got pulled, and they lost by 7. So yeah, tough one there. But Bobrovsky, we'll see how we do today. I definitely am leaning an early Pens bang, and we'll see what else happens. Sharks, Jets, probably don't bet that game unless you're taking the Sharks on the ML straight up piece. I think the Jets, that's a team you probably want to fade for the next, I don't know, couple of weeks. They get new D-line pairings. They haven't really figured it out yet. I think they're just going to regress to kind of an average team, especially if Hellebuck isn't bailing them out 24/7 like he has been. And then Wild Yotes, kind of already gave my take. I like goals there. And I kind of sneakily think the Yotes come out on top, and I think they score kind of like the Pens are going to have to score off of special teams. Wild can't stay out of the penalty box, and their penalty kill is bad. Both bottom 5 in the league, and the Yotes are one of the most opportunistic teams on the power play, especially when they're playing in Mullet Arena at home. So I think we get a couple power play bangs from the Yotes. Definitely lean them to take the game straight up. But I also do like goals. I don't know if we have a goalie confirmed there, but I assume it's going to be Fleury. Looks like we do have Fleury, which is maybe needed for the Wild. So on the road here, I think we get a Yotes bang and a couple of them early, but I like goals.
Okay. Yotes are due. People are saying in chat, that's the kind of team I want to bet on. Okay. That's the kind of team I want my coins on. Looks like they are on a crazy losing streak. We just saw Minnesota get a big time win. They're 3rd in a row at Vegas.
Yeah.
Maybe they catch them sleeping here as a short favorite. I like Arizona. That's probably my favorite look.
Yeah. The thing is the Yotes, they always play tight games for the most part because when they're at home, especially, like they want to sit back and kind of let other teams make the mistakes, which if you're playing a team that cannot stay out of the penalty box and is going to come out super aggressive and expose themselves like early, like the Wild are going to do, it's kind of the perfect team for them to do that against, which is why I think they score themselves in this game, especially now with Fleury in net too. So I do like the Yotes. I'm honestly talking myself more into the Yotes than the over, but I think they go hand in hand.
Okay. You guys doing an A team and B team? Yes, sir, Swiss. Yes, sir. We'll craft up something this afternoon, okay? I can back the Yotes today. Ron, that's all I needed to hear, brother. That's all I needed to hear. And I'm sure you gave a sub bang out as well. Thank you. I don't have that pulled up today, but chat, let me know who's sub banging so I can shout them out. Okay. Javon, you went through the 3 plays today. Nothing crazy, right? No nukes.
Yeah,
nothing
much.
really sticking out. But from what I've heard and what I like the best, I think I like the Coyotes on the ML.
I'm in.
Late night. Okay. NBA, anything worth our time, anything worth our attention? I'm seeing your Heat barely as a dog to the 76ers. What's going on with that? A lot of games today.
Yeah, which the Heat's, I don't know, maybe not as weird anymore. Partially, I mean, it'll probably lean Sixers in that game because the last 2 games for the Heat, I don't know if you paid attention, which Super Bowl morning, we were watching them play the Celtics. Big buy bad news game with Jimmy and a bunch of the cast of the team out, and they covered that game, lost by 4. Then they just absolutely thrashed the Bucks in kind of the same exact situation, which made the Bucks have a players only like huddle in the center court after the game. It was so bad. They lost the Heat by 26 in that game. So now going up against a Sixers team that very obviously is not only not healthy, but they've started to trade off a couple of guys. Might be a pretty trendy decision to go with the Heat even on the road here. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is where it kind of comes crashing all down with everybody out of the lineup. I think they've already had their fun with these last 2 games. So I would say Sixers there, but the only play that's really screaming to me on the board is that Lakers Jazz over. To be honest with you, which if we could get eyes on that, Goots, I'd love to see if that line has stayed planted relatively where it's at.
Lakers and Jazz over.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's on the rise. There we go, up to 241 now, which
crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like on paper, if you just look at these teams, and you take out the context, like it makes sense. The Jazz at home, it's been over wagons for the most part, even though like as of late that hasn't necessarily been the story. But you have no LeBron in this game. With the Lakers, you have a pretty terrible perimeter defense, LeBron or not, and it only gets worse without LeBron in there. So I think the Jazz and, of course, Jordan Clarkson going to be a main beneficiary of that, I would say. I think they're going to torch him from the perimeter, and there's a reason why the total's moving up. And the Lakers, this is probably going to be a deloading legacy game without LeBron. Seen a lot of people on that, and I really don't disagree. They're going to have to run with the Jazz. That's the only way they're going to be able to keep up in this game. And they are coming off of, I believe, a back-to-back last night where played the Pistons, looked pretty disappointing even in a win that they won, and I believe they covered in that game barely, and that game went under by a good 8 points. So now I think we get a little track meet.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking to see if there's any other weird shit going on with these lineups. I mean, definitely a lot of guys on the Lakers either out or questionable. Even AD is a game-time decision. He's iffy. Interesting. Iffy. I've never seen someone describe it like that before. He's iffy.
That's
and
the
I'll tell you what,
actual
iffy
term
doesn't
they put
sound
down.
great. Swear to God's Roto. Okay. Iffy against Utah. Achilles and hip. I mean, that does not sound like he's playing. Iffy.
Yeah, if he's not, and still moving up, sure. I'm in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in. I'm in on those weird over systems. Okay.
Yeah.
Is everyone playing for the Clippers?
No.
Bones Highland's
No
out.
Kawhi.
Kawhi's out. PJ Tucker's out. Chris Paul is out for the Warriors still. Okay.
That no Kawhi. I guess that's probably the only one that matters anyway. But no Kawhi. Clippers +3. Interesting. 5U sub bang.
Is this a fake bang or is this real? Barry McCockiner, are you dropping a 5U whale or is someone just absolutely getting me because I don't have the fucking tab up to check? That could be the greatest joke of all time, or our guy, Barry McCockiner, dropped a 5U whale. Yep, looking like he got me. Unbelievable. Fake as fuck. Barry McCockiner, I knew you weren't real, you son of a bitch. Get out of here. Trent Super Goats, brother, if that wasn't funny, you'd be out of here in the bed, locked up. Today was my 17-month sub bang. There's a real sub bang I can celebrate. Let's fucking go, Ron. Sure you can. Sure you can. Ron, what are you betting today, brother? What are you betting today? Yes, Crabs, 31-unit whale on trophy spring training game. Sure. When's their first game, Shote? Can you check the schedule? Let me know. Okay. But you might have to just take Kansas City ML for the vibes. I'll be in bed all week, Danny. I don't blame you. You're a fucking tank. I can't believe you even did all that stuff this weekend.
Crazy.
Danny, our guy Danny films and takes pictures of all these crazy fucking events out in Vegas, especially at the Wynn. And I don't know how he stays up that late. It's unbelievable. It really is. And also, shout out Future. We saw Future on Friday. That was fucking sick. Or Saturday. What's up, kids?
Yeah. On the 23rd is the Royals' first spring training game. They play the Rangers.
Okay.
Oh, we're tapping in.
All right.
Against the World Series champs, too. We got to.
Sheesh. All right, chat. Mahoney's such a goat. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Shout out Mahoney for getting us into some places and for showing us a hell of a time in Vegas once again.
Yeah,
W's. Aria Best Hotel was there for conference championship. Jonathan, you're speaking my language, brother. I even dragged Javon to the Aria and showed him all the cool things about it, like I was taking him around my home.
So
and he acted like he cared, which was nice. So
show chat the jacket you got.
Sure, I got the jacket on. This is a good fit right here, bro. I got Aria jacket. I got the whip snakes on. Okay, PLO's back today. This jacket is so fresh,
dude. 3-unit Aria jacket is crazy.
Woo! I'm hitting all my bets in this puppy though. Sheesh.
Crabs and
Javier's at Aria. It's so fire. No, we didn't eat there, but my favorite place to eat there is definitely Catch. That place is insane.
Crabs, you got that jacket.
Dwarf Noah. Yeah.
Good. You got that jacket before that hat, right?
Did you? Yes. Yeah. So we went from Aria to Caesars, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The second I saw that hat that you showed me, I was like, that hat. He's like, that's matching perfect with that Aria jacket.
Hell
That's
yeah.
the first fit you fucking wear.
Hell yeah, it is. Yeah, this hat is insane from Culture Kings. It's got our Super Bowl in there from a million years ago. I feel like a Yankees fan bringing up Super Bowls from 20, 30 years ago that don't matter. It is what it is. But yeah, people forget Dwarf Noah was shotgunning with Charlie.
Yeah,
Dwarf Noah was an absolute vibe and a half at Circa. I mean, the kid is he's unbelievable. He's happy. He's smiling. He's cracking jokes. He's boozing. He's vibing. Just a great guy to sweat out a game with, honestly, even though he had a Chiefs wager, right? Unbelievable. Seeing Dwarf Noah, our guy. That's my dwarf. Okay. W's. Love to see it.
Huge
Noah showed up to the Super Bowl dripped in a full Rams uniform. People forget he was in full uni. If they needed a guy, If one of those teams didn't show up and they needed to field a team for the Rams to play in the Super Bowl, Noah was ready.
He was ready. He was
He's housing that fucking high noon. Sure he can. Unbelievable. Yes, good. Let's move. Let's groove. All right, Javon, you said the NBA game looking at you funny was Lakers and Jazz over. By far your favorite play right now.
Yeah.
Right?
And I mean, I got to say, too, the Clippers are definitely looking at me pretty funny, too, with no Kawhi in that game.
Bad news. Yeah.
By the bad news for a Warriors team who, I mean, last, handful of games, they destroyed the Jazz on the road when the Jazz, Jazz underdogs in Utah is everybody's favorite play because of how good they've been there. They destroyed them. Huge win in KD's return against the Suns right before that. Feels like the spot just falls apart, especially against a team who's, I don't know, even without Kawhi, like they're going to throw literally the house at Steph, which I've seen that from a couple people today because Ty Lue strictly throws double teams at Curry, which is why a lot of people like his assists today. And who knows how the back end of the defense is going to stick without Kawhi, but I will probably gladly get involved in a little bad news situation there.
Okay. I could get behind that. Definitely want to fade the Warriors continuously because they're the Warriors and they have the big name and everyone thinks they're going to bounce back and get hot soon and they just don't because they're old and they're not that good. So I'm in on that. Let me know if you end up taking the Clippers because I'll tap.
Yeah, right? They just say this too. They did just sell as -11 favorites. They lost outright by 20, right? I don't know if they're -11, but I know they're favorites in that game. They got blasted at home by the T-Wolves.
Okay. W's, let's get off the NBA and let's get ready to do a squad rides. First, I have to do the worst thing I saw today. The worst thing I saw today was probably whatever the fuck happened on Twitter yesterday. Still running into today. I'm a little bit confused, but let's go ahead and go over this. Okay. Let's start with the second tweet I just sent, Goots, in there if possible. And backtrack here a little bit. Okay, this could be the worst parlay of all time, sure. So I don't care who says it. I don't care who you are. If you tweet, this is the worst parlay of all time, and the parlay ends up hitting with ease, and every team covered and won by 20 plus, I'm going to chirp you. That's just how life works. That's just how I work. My brain works. Okay. So obviously he tweeted this, and WB, honestly, that could have been the difference here. The parlay was an absolute fucking, goat. The parlay was the freest parlay of all time. Every team covered, all four of them. Not only just one as favorites, but they covered. Okay. So then, I make fun of Beef. I post the, quote tweets, whatever, and it gets to the point where I tell my guy, Beef, I say, hey, man, if it's that easy, right, why don't you send a parlay tomorrow, right? As long as it's around the same odds, I'll give you $100 if it's max. And he's thinking, all right, yeah, sure. Here you go. Here's the parlay. Guys, the first fucking leg, minus 3,500 loses, Indiana State. The first leg loses. Minus 3,500. Okay? So, anybody with half a brain is thinking, well, maybe Krabs is right here. Maybe, we shouldn't be roasting, parlays that hit because anytime you hit a bet, it's hard to do. And you probably shouldn't be roasting somebody who does it because if you can't do it yourself, then why are you talking shit? So that was a good little life lesson there, guys. Look, parlays might look stupid. Bets might look stupid. Nothing's stupid until you go and cash your fucking ticket or until you rip your ticket up after the game's over. We don't know what's stupid and what's not until the games are played. If we knew the outcomes of the games, they wouldn't play them. They wouldn't have betting lines up because we'd already know who's going to win. They wouldn't risk people getting hurt. We wouldn't play the fucking games. We'd have nothing to do all that. All right? Indiana State losing to prove myself a point here. And listen, any bet you hit should be celebrated. And I'm not saying you got to, do a backflip and act like you're the greatest person himself. But if I want to tweet about a 4-man parlay hitting that was a greaser and it smacks, I'm going to do that because that's not fucking easy to do. I don't care if the teams are favorites. I don't care if the teams are dogs. If it was easy to do, then Indiana State would not have lost for the first leg of his parlay. So it is what it is. My guy Jeff, who's been on absolute fuego this college basketball season, got upset or butthurt or something about me chirping Beef. Beef, I didn't mean any ill intent. I was just chirping you back, my man, and I'm sure you understood that. It's not that deep. All right, boss? It really is not. So let's move. Let's groove. Did not mean to offend anybody when I roasted them for, not being able to hit a parlay like I just did and being right, but I'm right and we're here. So let's move. All right. And let's talk about some squad ride plays here, Javon. Hilarious to see Indiana State copping an L. Maybe a 14 parlay isn't as easy as it looks.
Sometimes, surely.
Sure. W's. Beef, if you bounce back and you send another 4-piece parlay and it hits, because I know you're listening to this shit, if it hits, I'll still give you that $100. But I want to see you run that back again. All right. And it ain't going to hit. Let's move, Javon. Let's get the prize picks squares out of the way. I know we went over a couple. I crafted up a little for guys, or I just want to read this out for the people before we get the squad ride going. All right. 4-piece. We will craft up some entries later, but if this is something you want right now to lock in, we got you covered. All right, chat. Jordan Clarkson, more than 17 points. We got BJ Mack, more than half a steal. Disgusting. Jose Perez, less than 13.5 points. System play. All right, Javon. And then Janai Brown, tomato, less than half a 3. That should hit. Whew.
Should.
Gross entry. Gross 4-piece. And we'll get the people an entry later today as well.
Yeah.
Once more of these plays are out. All right, folks. W's, Goots. It's about that time, brother. Run that shit. I want to see that squad ride train moving and grooving. W's. All right, chats. Look, not the greatest slate of all time. It ain't much, but it's honest work. And we do have plenty of angles, plenty of plays to get your guys' bankrolls right on this Wednesday afternoon. Okay. Happy to be back on BTL. Can we get some W's going in the chats? All right. It's the best time of the fucking day. The only thing that matters in our betting lines, the squad ride. All right. Let's stay hot. Let's find some winners. Javon, any plays you have to see go in the squad rides? Let me know.
Think I'm going to have to put the Lakers Jazz over in there.
I figured, and I have zero qualms with that play at all. Zero qualms whatsoever. We've got the Lakers Jazz over 241. Right?
Yep.
241. Sure. What else?
I would also like the Wild Yotes over. But if you like the Yotes a little bit more, I would not complain.
Can
make
Give me a 5-second sell job on why you like the over compared to the ML there for the Yotes.
I'm starting to like them pretty equally now, which is why I kind of left you up to see what was catching your eye a little bit more. But primarily, the over depends on the Yotes scoring a little bit because they do really well against teams that cannot keep themselves out of the box. And the Wild both don't stay out of the box, as we found out ourselves, boots on the ground in Vegas. But they also, when they're on the road, they've been really good on the road lately because they've been super aggressive and not sitting back and letting the defense do all the work. So if they're going to do that, A, they're not going to stay out of the penalty box again, but B, they're also going to overexpose their defense against the Yotes, who are the most opportunistic team of all time when they're playing at home. So I think it's either the Yotes or the over, but they're probably both going to play hand in hand. So I know the Yotes caught your eye a little bit, caught your ear a little bit at first, a little more, which I would be down to go with.
Yeah, let's take Arizona ML. I'm super in.
I'm in.
Super in. All right, chat. 2 plays so far. We've got the Lakers and Utah Jazz over 241. We've got the Arizona Coyotes on the ML, on the ice. All right. Should we cut the shit, rip the Band-Aid off, and talk about Detroit Mercy because chat wants it? They're absolutely starving for a Detroit Mercy angle or play. I don't know how great I feel about laying the 5.5. I'll be honest with you, Javon. Is there anything you'd love to parlay it with that's a winner? I know you probably hate that Clemson look. You're not a big Clemson guy, and I understand why. But that could be our best option.
Could be. In the squad ride, though, we want to put an ML parlay in the squad ride. I feel like that's like a prop. It just never hits when it's in.
Definitely not taking Green Bay, respectfully, Dead Larry Bird. Although they are on an absolute bender right now, and that has to be acknowledged.
They are hot.
Please do not have Detroit Mercy squad ride. Please do not have Detroit Mercy squad ride. Okay. Chat, let me know what you guys want to see in the squad rides. Okay, let me know. Go. Hurry up. Let me know. All right, let's put in Queens.
Yeah, I was going to say, what about Queens? I'm in.
You're in for that. Queens -3. Sure. We've got PLL, Water Dogs ML we could take.
Sure.
I'd be super down for that. Water Dogs ML chat tonight, I believe 7:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN+. Water Dogs ML. They are playing the defending champion Archers in the first day of the championship series, a little revenge game, championship game from last year. I think the Water Dogs come out hungry and they get their revenge. Okay. South Carolina, Auburn under. I would not mind putting that in one bit. That was a good play we found out on stream.
I won't hate that. St. Joe's, any love there?
Yeah, I mean, I love St. Joe's as well. St. Joe's, I would not be mad at one bit. That under, I would not be mad at one bit. I like Seton Hall. I know you don't love it, so we can keep that out. Those are the only plays really, looking at me funny that I would love to take, and I'm going to be upset if they're not, right? Those are the main ones sticking out.
I mean, is there one screaming at you?
Not obsessed with Tennessee. I do think that's the right side. I am with you on the home team there being fake sharp, but I'm not really in a rush to lay it myself or bet it myself.
Fair.
I do think you're on the right side there. How do you feel about St. Joe's versus Loyola? Definitely liking St. Joe's spreads, and definitely liking the under in South Carolina and Auburn. I'd say we choose between those two fuckers. Or we could take Georgia Tech and fade Notre Dame.
Ooh. I would not be against taking Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech plus 3.5.
Yeah. I'd be down.
Let me confirm. Want to make sure we're giving you guys good data. Make sure these lines are right. Georgia Tech plus 3.5. Wyoming also up there. Clarkson threes today, perhaps. Sure.
Yeah, we'll be taking those.
You want to go Georgia Tech plus 3.5, or you want to go money line because you said we don't even need the points in this game?
Yeah, for a squad ride, we take the points though.
Okay.
It's kind of mandatory.
I was going to feast plus 3.5. Chat. 5 plays, 5 winners for the BTL squad ride today. Thank you guys for joining us. Make sure you guys share the live. Make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube. It takes 3 seconds. It's free. Please go do that right now after you get your vote in. Okay, on the YouTube, Book It Sports. It takes 2 seconds. It's free. Go subscribe, please. And then get your votes in for the squad ride. All right, 5 plays, 5 winners. Hurry up. Go, 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 go. Hurry up. We've got the Lakers and Utah Jazz over 241. Arizona money line. We've got Queens -3 in college basketball. The Water Dogs ML, the PLL Champ Series starts up tonight. Let's fucking go. All right, Champ Series starts up 5:30 p.m. Eastern time on ESPN2. Okay, you don't even got to watch, pull up ESPN Plus for that first game. You go right to your fucking TV and it's on there. And if you need a bet, you guys know it's Rolling Woods on the ML. Okay, Redwoods ML for that first PLL game. If you haven't watched professional lacrosse, if you haven't watched the PLL yet, I mean, the Champ Series is the time to do it, chat. All right, it's way more electric. Totals are like at 45, 46. That's because there are hella goals. If you like watching threes in hockey, you're going to love watching sixes in lacrosse. It is absurd. Okay, goals galore. Shout out my guy Caraway. He's about to go off tonight for the Water Dogs. All right, get those votes in. Hurry up. Go, 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 go. You get about 1 minute. Looks like the Lakers and Utah Jazz over is soaring, Javon. Thoughts on that?
Huge. I mean, I love that play, so I have no issues.
Sure. Georgia Tech spread or Joe's spreads. I really like both those plays, my man. Georgia Tech spread or Joe's spread. Yeah, I really don't have a preference. I think both those are really good looks, and I'm probably going to end up playing both of those anyways.
Yeah,
right?
I'll be on both of those.
Guys, do me a favor. All right. We are the only people out there who consistently, run live shows, give you guys live winners, and don't charge. We are literally the only people who do it. Go subscribe for free. It takes 3 seconds. The link is up on the fucking screen. All you got to do is click it. Okay. Go subscribe to the YouTube. I want to hit 3K subscribers. Go, go, go. Hurry up. All right. And looks like we got the Lakers and Jazz over 241 for the squad ride as well. Love to see that. W's, Javon, no complaints, right? You like that play a lot.
None. I'm in.
W's. Okay. Chat, make sure you guys check out the PLL Championship Series tonight on ESPN2, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you guys check out the morning after. Okay, Mikey ran that shit earlier today. Go watch it on YouTube if you missed it. All right, if you want more betting content for today, we've got you covered. All right, and stay posted. We'll craft up some prize picks later today. Check out the Book at BTL Twitter account for the Sharp Report, all of our best bets of the day. And we'll meet you guys at the counter after the Lakers and Jazz score over 241 points tonight. Squad ride W's. All right, chat, we need them. Everybody be tailing responsibly. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. We'll be seeing.
Who will?
W. Javon, happy birthday again.